Good morning, everybody. And I'm not going to say happy Monday because one of our clients came in a few weeks ago and said, you know, you guys, it's just too many happy Mondays. And I'm just not really in happy Monday mood. And I thought, he's kind of right. And I'd stolen it from Walt. So I'm going to change the opening. Good morning, everybody. There have been a lot of interesting things going on out there. So let's get to it. This morning, I'm going to connect something I haven't heard many people connect Y2K from 25, a little bit more years ago, and tariffs. So let me take you back to yesteryear. I think it was in 1996. I had two guys come into my office and they said, "We got to talk to you because in just 3.5 years, every computer on the planet is going to go dark." Okay, why? What happened back in the 90s? Memory storage was still expensive. So in order to cut down on every little bit of data, they'd shorten dates. So May 1st, 1996, 05, 01, 96, not the 19. Well, every programmer in the world programmed this way to save memory. So the concern was when you rolled to 01, 01, 2000, it was going to think it was 1900. And it was 1900. Well, everything was just going to collapse. We weren't going to have the grid anymore. Airplanes were going to fall from the sky. Nuclear weapons were going to go off. I mean, it was crazy. But I didn't know anything about this stuff. And, I was kind of concerned. Well, there was nothing I could do about it. But I asked us, well, what do you think I should do? Well, you got to go to all cash. I said, like, cash? Well, yeah, you got to get everything out of the banks because the banks are going to go. So if someone has 500,000, we got to get, oh, I'm going to do that. Anyway, there was nothing I could do. So what I noticed though is starting really about 1998 into 1999, the office I was in, there were cubicles everywhere. Everybody got a new computer. And I thought, what is happening here? This is probably happening at Johnson and Johnson. This is probably happening at American Airlines. This is probably happening at Goldman Sachs. They're not going to try to reprogram all this old stuff. The cost of memories come way down. Computer prices have come way down. They're just buying all new computers. Well, what did this do for .com? Imagine all of the purchases that were being made out of fear that Y2K would take your whole system down. It was the absolutely logical thing to do. And so what happened to the numbers? They were soaring for these tech companies. We've talked about Sun Microsystems, Qualcomm, Intel, on down the line. And everybody thought it would go forever. All right, so I kind of remember it was New Year's Day or day before, New Year's Eve on 2000. And it flipped on the TV, and in India, they do that. It's New Year's in India. All the lights were on. And well, okay, if India is okay, chances are the United States is going to be okay because this is going to be a global problem. And there were a few glitches, but for the most part, no problem. But there was a problem. What Y2K had done was pulled demand forward. So everybody was buying computers at the same time. So imagine you're a business owner in 96 and you have just outfitted your entire office with brand new computers, not knowing about Y2K yet. Well, you're hoping those computers will last maybe till 2002, maybe 2003. Now all of a sudden, oh no, I've got to buy again. And he did, or she did, had to buy it for the whole office. So what happened? We got through the first quarter of 2000 and everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Yeah, we're going to keep going higher. And then what happened? The numbers for the next quarter went like this, straight down. Everybody had new stuff. You didn't need to buy new computers. And .com, that NASDAQ index, fell from top to bottom, and it really started in the spring of 2000. It fell 80%. So what does this have to do with tariffs? What's going on right now? I just looked at factory orders, durable goods orders. They're pretty good. In fact, they were surprisingly high. And all through last year, they just kind of muddled through. And we've talked about this recession that really wasn't a recession because the numbers didn't say so. But underneath, we kind of know what's been going on. all right, why this sudden surge in December, January, February? The Trump tariffs have pulled demand forward. People are going out to their suppliers and saying, we got to get our stuff now before the tariffs go into effect. They're buying early, putting it in warehouses before they have to pay the extra prices. And if they're wrong, okay, tariffs don't go into effect, we'll pay some storage fees. But if they do go into effect, I got to pay 25% more. That's a big problem for me, especially against my competitors. So, what's likely to happen? All of these prognostications, we're avoiding the recession. Look at durable goods orders, look at factory orders, shows the economy's great. Maybe we just pulled demand forward like we did way back then. And history doesn't exactly repeat, but there are patterns. History kind of rhymes. That's what I'm guessing is coming here, but we'll see. In the meantime, what's been happening with gold and precious metals? Where money is leaving the stock market. And we have talked about this for a long time, that there's wealth from the earth, natural resources, and wealth from human hands, what we make. And the two hardly ever move together. We're seeing the great rotation. This is really accelerating right now. You're in the right place at the right time. I may talk more about this next week, but I'm going into Walt's time. So with that, I won't say happy Monday. I'll leave that to Walt. That's it for me.